When you have things that are important to you, I think you make time. You know, you make time for your career, you make time for your family, whatever it is that you care about, your passion or your passions. Yeah, you make time.
My conversation with Riot 10 shares a powerful reminder. When something truly matters to you, you make time. Not when it's convenient, not when everything lines up perfectly, but because it's part of who you are. That's what building a life in music takes. Showing up for the passion even when it's hard. Choosing it over and over again. This is Redefining Music. Let's get into it. Welcome to Redefining Music, where we share the stories of dance music artists to help you navigate an ever-changing industry. Today we have a special guest, Riot Ten, and he has an incredible project that he's working on, and we're so excited to share that. So welcome, Riot 10, otherwise AKA Chris. Nice
Correct,
to meet you.
A pleasure to be here. I appreciate you guys having me.
Yes. Well, welcome to Austin.
Mm-hmm.
So excited to have you here tonight playing downtown.
Mm-hmm.
So before we get into all things current, take us back. How did you get into music?
I used to I used to want to be a rapper back in high school. I must have been maybe like 15, I would say, like 15, 16. Wanted to be a rapper. I was like releasing like little mixtapes here and there. I was kind of like popular in school for that, but I mean, I don't think it was good music, but I think it was just because it was no one else was really doing it. So I think people kind of like that, I guess. So that kind of just turned into producing when I met, there was like a transfer student from another school. He came and I kind of just went up to him and was like, yeah, I rap. And he's like, oh, I produce. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So then he taught me how to produce. And then I kind of just stopped rapping because I was much better at producing. I mean, even though back then it probably wasn't good production, but yeah, so. But that's how it started. It was so back in high school, yeah.
That's really cool. So you started in rapping. Who were some of your inspirations? Right? Did you have any that like
as far as like with like the rap goes?
when you started?
I would say Young Jeezy was like, I liked Young Jeezy a lot. A lot of like the Texas rappers back then. Well, like in that era. So I liked a lot of like DeRoe's music, like Ice Cream Paint Job and stuff like that. It was mostly like a lot of like Young Bloods, Little John was obviously. I think for me, honestly, I think Little John.
Yeah.
Even to this day, I feel like his energy is like really like inspirational as far as like how he's able to just basically turn anything like really energetic, you know. So and that's what I kind of aim for with my music. It's like energy. So Little John always does a good job of that. So there's that. But yeah, a lot of like just like the like South rappers, honestly, it was like a really big inspiration as far as like the rap went. I mean, and even producing too, because I first started producing hip hop first because I was trying to produce for myself so I could rap on them.
That makes sense.
You're
yeah.
Right. Even producing, obviously Little John's a producer as well. So a lot of his like his instrumentals and like beats were like pretty inspirational as far as that goes. Mm-hmm. And then as far as like inspiration is like early on in like the hip hop days, as far as production, I would say Sunny Digital's really good. I like Sunny Digital a lot. There's a guy named FK, I think. Zaytoven's really good too. I can't think of all the producers right now.
You know, it's so crazy. I grew up on this stuff too. I love the old school hip hop, and you hear a lot of influence in like the bass music.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
You hear a lot of crossover, whether maybe it's the beats or something. So how has hip hop influenced the Riot 10 project?
I think, I mean, that's basically almost like what it's founded on.
Yeah.
A lot of my songs have like rap vocals on it. Like majority, I would say, probably have rap vocals on it. That, and I mean, I started off making like I guess like electronic trap. I think if that's because I guess the difference between like obviously trap, there's trap like hip hop trap, and then there's obviously like EDM trap. But
yeah.
So I think obviously I kind of kept that, but when I went to dubstep, I kind of kept those vocals and. Yeah, I think that, I mean, obviously now there's just, in bass music, all it is basically now is just like a bunch of remixes and like flips of like every song you can think of. So it's pretty crazy. Like, it's like a interesting, but like also pretty like inspirational time right now.
Definitely. That I do like that about bass music is that inspirational element. You get like the heavy stuff and then it kind of does this like almost like takes you on a journey like a wave, and then it comes lighter and it does like have some more of those melodic sounds, and then it like drops back into the heavy sound. And now, so how long have you been producing like and DJing as Riot 10? When did you start that project?
If I'm not mistaken, it was like 2011.
Okay.
It's been a minute for sure though. Yeah, it's like 15 years now, I'd say. Yeah.
When did you make that decision? You're like, this is what I want to do. Like, and you had like that courage to take it full time, or did you start part time?
No, I actually dropped out of high school to pursue music. So
dedication.
I mean, in hindsight, I mean, I definitely could have finished high school. I think I was just like, well, one, I was always really, I got really bored of all like the lessons because I always did really good in high school. I just got bored, and then music came along, and then I kind of just got consumed by that.
Yeah.
So I was never at school anyways. I was always like ditching to go produce, and then I would go like make beats, and then my friend would like rap, like my other friend, and so I think it was like basically that moment, and like as soon as I got kind of consumed by music, so probably like 16, I kind of decided that that's what I wanted to do for like the rest of my life. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
And how was it when you decided to do it? Was it scary, or were you like, no, I know this is gonna work?
I mean, it's definitely like a little bit scary. I mean, even nowadays, and to this day, like you know, you have like a lot of self-doubt. You have like a lot of people who obviously like aren't rooting for you. So that obviously like, you're always gonna have like self-doubt and all that. But I think I've always had like this weird like confidence of like knowing that everything's gonna work out in my favor, and it's like a really weird thing. I don't know how to explain it, but so yeah, it was scary, and like I had like obviously a lot of my family like, you know, like talk shit to me for obviously dropping out, and I also had a kid at 16, so trying to be like a rapper and make music especially back then, you know, like it's very rare for anyone to actually like be successful in music, so. I understand my family's obviously like view on that and why they wanted me to not do it, but yeah, I still did it anyway. So luckily,
you pursued it, and you know, you talked about that feeling of it was like a knowing. You like just knew that this is meant for you.
It's a weird feeling.
It's a weird feeling, but it's like you gotta, no matter what anybody says, the naysayers, anybody, you just like keep piercing through.
I think for me, it's just like. I don't really know what I would do myself if I wasn't making music or involved in music. So it's like let's just say I won like, you know, the lotto or something. Like I would still continue to produce music, whether it be whatever genre it is. It's like because it's not really about that. It's about just like how much like passion I have for it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And then when did it start to really soar? Like when you started to really take off, was there like a moment you were like, oh, this is starting to really work?
DJ Paul from 36 Mafia somehow I guess discovered my music somehow. And he was emailing me and talking about like working together. And I think up until that moment, like my family wasn't very supportive. But I guess when they saw that someone like of his like status reached out and was like, I guess I don't want to say impressed, but like he liked my music.
Yeah.
So I think that kind of like gave my family a little bit like, oh, maybe you are like doing something cool, you know. So that definitely helped with them like being supportive.
I bet it's like reflecting on it. It's just like surreal when you think about that. I mean, that moment must have been surreal, and like you're like, wow,
oh, for sure, yeah, and you get all like, I don't know, like excited and like I don't know how to say butterflies, but.
A little bit of butterflies. Some electric butterflies.
There you go. That's perfect.
Shout out. Okay, so now you're doing the Riot 10 project. Was there any challenges that you remember? I mean, we're always faced with challenges as, you know, music is your business, music is your life. Is there anything that stood out to you, that a challenge you were faced with that you overcame?
I wouldn't say anything like specific. I would say I think it's just the challenges that like every artist kind of deals with, kind of like what I spoke on earlier, kind of like just like a self-doubt thing.
Yeah. Because it doesn't go away.
No.
Almost like even the more you rise, the more pressure there is.
Correct, yes.
How do you overcome it? How do you step past that and continue onward?
I don't know. For me, I kind of just like try to ignore it. Like, there's nothing you really do. I mean, I think it is. I think it's the days you have, like you have good days in the studio. I think those days kind of like sometimes you start to think like, oh, maybe I'm not meant to do this. And I think when you have good days in the studio where you make something that you're like really excited about, I think those days kind of like wash away like all that doubt for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then you go in the studio, have a bad day, and then the doubt comes back, and then some things may not go your way as far as like at a show maybe, or I don't know. I mean, the whole social media thing kind of like you shouldn't let it affect your mental health, but I mean, as an artist, it just naturally does.
Yeah.
So let's say you post like a video that you're very like excited about to post, and you think it's going to do very well, and then it just doesn't. So that's another thing. But you kind of just have to keep going and kind of just try to like, ignore them, because it'll eat you alive if you don't. So.
That's really true. I mean, that's a great way to look at it. Sometimes just like not letting those things sway you, or, you know, looking at them in a way where you're like, okay, that happened, but that doesn't define me.
Correct.
You know?
Yeah, exactly.
So how has it been? An artist now has so much more they have to think about. Like you said, there's social media, there's traveling, there's bookings, there's performing, there's producing. How do you juggle it all?
With two hands. I'm just kidding. I mean, obviously I have my team, so my team's obviously like a big help. The social media thing is probably like the biggest headache though, just because how much it matters now. Before you can just kind of, you know, perform shows, just upload clips and that was it. Now you have to like go and like be posting almost every day.
Yeah.
So it's hard to have that and then have your own like personal life and have time to do like things you like still, you know, do, but not have to worry about social media. And then you still have to obviously work on sets, and we have to work on music. It's just a lot of things. But the thing is, I think is if you like love music, it's like you just got to do it, you know. So I think that's just the key, is just to just do it. I don't know.
It's so true. You know, I mean, there's a reason that is like those three words mean so much. It's just staying steadfast in the pursuit of what you're going down, and no matter what, you find the solution. Do you have any go-to tips on just like how you navigate your social media? Do you have help with yours, or do you do your whole socials?
No, I do all my own stuff, like from replying to people to posting to just basically everything. But as far as an approach goes, I think what's kind of worked for me, I'd say like at least mental health wise, has been like try not to like dwell too much on numbers. Yeah. And I think the way I've been kind of seeing it is like whether let's just say only like 1,000 people saw my video, then at least that's 1,000 people that did, and compared to like 0, who if I didn't post anything at all, it'd be nothing. So I think I've just kind of taken it like that. Like, just grateful for the people who are supportive and who do watch what I post. And just kind of be more grateful than being more like a glass like half full versus a glass half empty kind of thing.
That's really huge, and that's insightful, because I think that's very true. The numbers for anybody working on their social media, it's the numbers get disheartening because of the comparison with other people. But when you focus on, there's 1,000 people who interacted with me today and they didn't have to.
Right, exactly.
You know, it's like, that's pretty damn cool.
I try to remind myself. It does get hard sometimes, especially, because you do compare yourself to, let's say, others that are doing, let's say, 10 times the numbers. You kind of just question yourself, like, what am I doing wrong? You know, so it's just better just to focus on yourself and not compare. It just, it's like that saying, what is it? Was it comparison is like the thief of joy or something like that?
I think it is comparison
right?
is the thief of joy, because it takes the joy from what you're building. You know, when you see somebody else and you're like, oh, they're 10 times whatever. But it's honestly, when you think about your story too, everybody's mountain is different. Yeah. Everybody's on a different season of the mountains, or on the different, we're all at just different places on that, our own mountains. And so
it's a good way to look at it.
You have something new you're working on. Tell us about this new project. Who is it? What is it? And what inspired you to start?
So it's a house project. It's called Wilson, which is my last name. I know I don't look like my last name is Wilson, but it is. But so it's just a house project. But I've always made house music since like when I started making electronic music. So I'll give you a backstory on how I got into electronic music directly. So
Yeah.
I was DJ. I used to DJ house parties back in like high school and a little bit after, and I was just primarily playing hip hop. But I would have a lot of people approach me asking for like, back then like the genre was like what's called Dutch house, which is like Afrojack and like Reese Low and
All the
like all the bouncy
good
shit.
stuff.
I love that era so much, but I didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
So they're like, play some like Dutch house, and I was like, what the fuck is that? And they're like, oh, here, like check out these artists. So I checked them out, and I was like, oh, this is actually pretty cool. And I was already producing, and just playing all the house music at the parties. Everyone's like, I really loved it, and I was like, oh, this is like pretty cool. So that's how I got into producing house. But back then I was producing Dutch and then also fidget, and fidget was like my all-time favorite genre.
What is fidget? I've not heard of that.
So basically, fidget's like, think about like bass house now, but back then. So it's like really like wonky house.
Okay, so it
Yeah.
was a little more like on the wonky side, but
Correct. It wasn't very like, it was like so groovy, but it was like bass sounds basically, but back then. So yeah, so it was called fidget.
Okay.
There was this guy, I think, if I can remember one artist from back then, I think his name was like Mr. Wonk.
Mr. Wonk. Okay,
Yeah, and if I'm not
check it out.
mistaken, Mr. Wonk used to wear like a Grinch mask.
Oh, crazy!
If I'm not mistaken, but I could be wrong. But
I'll
anyways,
have to check it out.
yeah, so I got into that. So I've always produced house. Like back at like maybe like 4 years ago, I released like a house EP under Riot 10.
Okay.
And occasionally I'll put one out here and there. But so I've always had love for house music. Just so happened that like my dubstep was what kind of
That one kind of
got
take
attention
off
for me. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I kind of put house music on the back burner. But I think the older I get, I don't know. I enjoy like more like the house music. I mean, I still enjoy making like dubstep and performing like as Riot 10.
Yeah.
But I kind of want to like have this side thing where I'm able to like express myself in a different way and like be able to have a different type of show.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if I can keep going crazy on stage like, you know, at 40, 45, you know. So
You're
my
thinking
body
towards
hurts
the
already.
future.
Correct.
That's
yes.
that's smart. That's really smart.
Yeah, my body's already feeling old, so it's like, I don't know. Playing football in high school probably didn't help, so there's that.
It is taxing, you know,
It
what
is.
you do, and especially bass music, how it's played, and
Correct, yeah.
there's a lot of that goes into it that's like heavy, and
Yeah.
so, well, I'm very excited
I appreciate
for so the project is Wilson.
Correct, yeah.
What if you could give us a snapshot of what Wilson sounds like? How would you describe?
That's actually a really good question. There's not like one sound really, but I would say like bouncy.
It's bouncy house.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
like, it's pretty groovy. I would say like groovy and bouncy. It's some of it's like really energetic. I still want to keep energy, you know.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's just part of like the person who I am.
Yeah.
But I also have like these like progressive house songs that are like really pretty as well. I did repost a video today on my Wilson Instagram of a song I have with Bella Renee.
Oh.
So she has vocals on it. That's a progressive house song. So I'm really excited for that one. Actually, it's like it feels very emotional.
Yeah.
Like I mean, obviously progressive house is supposed to be emotional, but yeah, I got very emotional like while I was producing it, just because like I don't know, there's just something about it that made me like. Yeah, so
That's
I
what
don't know how to
music
explain
does.
it. Exactly,
I love
yeah.
progressive house for
Yeah.
that. And you hear that in bass too sometimes.
Oh, for sure.
And especially I like the through line of how the energy, you're going to feel that same energy.
Mm-hmm.
So what are your plans with Wilson? Have you launched the project officially, or is this kind of a soft launch? What's the status?
I would say, I mean, I haven't put out any. I have like maybe like 10 unreleased songs already, but so I haven't officially released any originals. But I've already like started putting out like remixes and stuff. So
Nice.
I guess it's kind of like I don't know, like 3/4 launch.
Okay. It's a 3/4 launch.
So not soft, but not a hard launch, like in between.
Now, are you planning to still do both
Yes.
aliases?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I
Okay.
mean, in a dream, you know, scenario, being able to tour full time with both projects would be great.
Yeah.
It is a lot of work though, because I found that out today, or this week, as I was like prepping my set for today, but then also having to work on my set for tomorrow. Yeah, it was hard. It was like 10-hour days of just straight listening to like prepping a set for like a week. So I spent a lot of hours on both sets. So yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
but that would be great to do both though. So
How is that life of touring? Like, how do you find harmony? The word balance is kind of non-existent. How do you find harmony with touring and just you as a person?
I mean, so I live in El Paso, and El Paso I feel like is a much slower city, and I think that's like a really big key for me is like I get to go home and like be away from like everything. Like if I lived in LA, I feel like it would be kind of hectic, but going back to El Paso is like a little bit more chill. I have a family, so like I have the kids and my girlfriend, and so we kind of like be there, like be present for them.
Yeah.
It's hard sometimes because obviously I still have to make music and do all the other stuff. But yeah, I think just when you have things that are important to you, I think you make time. You know, you make time for your career, you make time for your family, whatever it is that you care about, your passion or your passions. Yeah, you make time.
Definitely. I think that's a golden nugget of this conversation is really you make time for the things that you love and the people that you love. And that's a huge takeaway for our other artists out there who are maybe on that journey or just taking off on that journey of they're like, oh, whoa, I'm on tour, but I'm playing 5 shows a week. I'm not taking care of my health. I'm not seeing my loved ones.
Yeah, I would say it's like, I think Oscar Wilde has a saying, it's everything in moderation, including moderation. So
that's true too.
I've always kind of really liked that quote. It's kind of it's a good quote to live by.
It is because when you think of life's seasons, sometimes you may have a season where you have to be on a certain level for an extended amount of time. But as long as you're like, that has an end game and you can come back down and you can, like you said, you can get grounded in your hometown. You can like spend time with your family, recharge. And then get back out there or find. Yeah,
I think that's the key is like recharging. Like if you're doing this just like all the time, you're gonna get burnt out. Like, so you need time for yourself. Like even producing, if you produce too much, you're gonna burn yourself out, and then you lose like motivation. Sometimes you lose ideas. Which is same thing with traveling. If you're just traveling too much, you're too, away too much or whatever it is. But yeah, so it's just moderation for sure.
You can probably start to feel that pull. You're like, oh, I need a break right now.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, especially after like 2-3 days of traveling and performing. Like, yeah, especially as you get older. Like when I was younger, I could probably, I was fine. But it's a little harder when you get older.
You're like, gotta find that sweet spot.
Correct. Yes.
So, what do you have planned for the rest of 2026 with both your projects?
I'm gonna start releasing the original music for the Wilson project. I have another house set next week. For Riot 10, it's just kind of the same thing. Just keep doing it and I think I'm having like a co-headline tour this year, so that's cool. But yeah, I mean, it's still making plenty of like bass music and stuff too. So like, I don't want anyone to think that I'm just like, oh, he's giving up on like bass music. I just want to be able to do 2 things at a time. So yeah.
I like it. I think it's going to mix it up. It's going to give a different flavor to you. I'm excited to hear kind of the through line in both of the projects.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I hope it goes well.
and of course, have fun with it, right? Music is fun.
That's the whole point. That's the whole point is to have fun. So like, yeah, I need to just have fun. Yeah.
Have fun with it. Compare it. Contrast it with with each other, and just like have a ball making your music.
Good advice. Thank you.
Because I know we all want to hear more of it. So
I appreciate it.
For any artist out there who's listening to this, who's inspired, maybe they're ready to make a pivot in their sound. That's something you're doing right now. What is a piece of advice you would give them?
I think a lot of people get kind of like caught up trying to produce for other producers or trying to impress other producers, when really it's like you should be producing for yourself and if anyone, your fans as well. But like, I think people get caught up too much like trying to like impress their peers. When like your peers aren't the ones like attending your shows, they're not listening to your music. I mean, they listen to it, but they're not gonna be streaming it like a fan would. Yeah. They're not buying tickets to shows, I mean, it's cool obviously to impress, let's say, your idols sometimes, or like impress like other producers, sure, but I wouldn't say make your whole like sound about that, Yeah. So I'll say that, and just don't listen to negative comments, which is obviously a very hard thing to do, but I think you just have to be confident enough in yourself to know that like it should be about what you want to do. And if someone doesn't like it, then you have to kind of respect that not everyone's going to like what you're doing, and just kind of keep going. That's
great advice. I think that's like one of those things to remember. I always say haters make me famous. Because you're like, it means you're doing something. You're standing, you're doing something that's significant, and just to keep going with that project.
Correct. Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, I have had such a joy talking to you today.
Likewise. I appreciate you.
Yeah. So how can people connect with you and your music projects online?
It'll be the same thing on like all platforms. So it'd be Riot Ten Music so it's RIOTTEN music on Instagram and TikTok and whatnot. And then for Wilson, it's Wilson.sound.
Wilson.sound.
Wilson.sound, yeah.
Well, looking forward to hearing you tonight and hearing you live. You are touring now actively or pretty often?
Kind of doing both. I mean, I'm playing shows here and there for like the Wilson project.
Okay.
But I'm playing like basically on average like one show a week for Riot 10. So I wouldn't call it a tour, but I'm performing pretty frequently. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. Thanks for sitting down with me, being on Redefining Music, and
pleasure.
Yes, and give him a follow and check out his music. It's been so fun to talk to you, and give us a follow at Amplify EDM on Instagram at the Kay Cote as well, and give us a like and subscribe on YouTube. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Crushed it.